Здравствуйте, с вами игровой канал Tera Nova. Сегодня у нас прохождение игры The Outer Worlds Special Choice Edition. Часть 5. Всем приятного просмотра и настроения.
Hey, Cat. Knock, knock.
Go away, White.
No, but thank you. I'm quite all right as I am.
Где сейчас Кэтрин?
Can't fathom why you'd go searching her out. But it's your neck on the noose. I was told she runs the saloon. Don't suppose I could just ask you to scram.
Так серьезно, в чем дело?
Deal? A rather bad one indeed. The fella swore Fallbrook was unrivaled in its leisurely pursuits. But it seems to me the whole town is designed primarily to leech one's bits. And now that I've run dry, or nearly so, the fellas have abandoned me back to Byzantium. You wouldn't leave a friend in need, I'm sure.
До свидания.
Welcome to the offices of the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group, Halcyon's premier provider of life and disaster-related insurance. I'm obligated to inform you that our coverage does not extend to incidents deemed to result from negligence, criminal activity, or dullness of mind.
Принято.
So, what kind of insurance package can I interest you in? We're running a special on dismemberment policies. Buy one, get one half off.
Почему у вас офис на Монархе?
We're not on Monarch. For all practical and tax-related purposes, this office is an official enclave of Byzantium.
Как скажете.
Oh, it's certainly not about what I say. That's all down to our legal team and our CFO.
Что еще вы можете мне рассказать про страховку?
Plenty. As my boss likes to say, there's a policy for every situation and an exclusion for every policy. We've insured unusually expressive eyebrows, outrageous statements, disastrous marriages.
Тоже страхуют свои брови.
Usually character actors, or corporate execs with menacing stares.
тоже станет страховать неприемлемые заявления.
That policy is almost exclusively for our corporate clientele. In the unlikely event they make a claim about a product that turns out to be less than accurate, they need some kind of protection against the damage to their sales and reputation.
Счастливые браки?
Those are mostly for top-rungers in Byzantium who have a lot of social and financial capital wrapped up in their marriage contracts. There's one for your beloved eloping with your sibling, your beloved eloping with their sibling, scandalous rumors forcing you apart, the revelation of a secret love child. We try to cover every possible hazard to domestic bliss.
А это все, что мне хотелось узнать.
One thing's for sure. You won't find better policy protection against sudden lunar implosions anywhere in Halcyon.
Пока это все.
You don't look like a smuggler nor a dandy. Catherine send you back here? On second thought, it's best if I don't know. What's your order?
А у вас есть у вас виски ледниковый период?
No, I don't have any... Ugh. If it's only a drink you're after, the full bar's upstairs. This here's the ante up, where you place your bets.
На что можно сделать ставку?
Tossball, autoloader races, card games, you name it. I ain't picky. And neither is Catherine. We'll both break your legs if you lose, then shirk on paying.
Не буду надоедать.
Uh-huh. You blind, fella? Or can you not see I'm busy? Why is it every sissy pig fucker who strolls into my town expects me to smile and shout awful friendly? Welcome to Fallbrook. Only nugget of paradise in this entire law-forsaken land. Like a void damn advert.
Catherine, you're as welcoming as ever.
Truthfully spoken, I do aim to properly represent my aforementioned nugget of paradise.
Привлекательность. Если самородком счастья называть кусок жучинного помета, то да.
You know, I ain't heard that one before. Suppose I'll have to work harder to show you just what makes our town shine. But first, I'll need to know what brings you, stranger. Well, I'm half listening.
Нужна помощь за деньги.
If it's one that don't mind getting dirty, then I sure do. But how am I to know whether you're reliable, if not fully trustworthy?
Запугивание 30. Но я могу убить вас уверенностью. Не, нельзя.
I do admire blunt honesty, so I'm willing to give a business arrangement between us a try. There's a Borst factory on up the way, run by a man who calls himself the King. Clive Lundberg, insufferable prick. That aside, it's a business ripe for the plucking. I want it. Clear as that. Well then, you just let me know when you're done wasting my time. Come for vice or virtue, 'cause we only sell one here.
Но я решаю проблемы, такие как у вас, субсветутиль. Меня босс послал, не надо тупить.
Funny, you don't look like one of Lilia's. Sure sound the part, though. Good of you to finally haul your ass over here. I wired for backup weeks ago. Got something that's gonna require special extraction from Cascadia.
Да, эту альтавиту, про которую говорила Лилия.
So you got a brain on them shoulders. Excellent. Makes my life a world easier. To extract the gas, you'll need to siphon it from the lab in Cascadia into one of your ship's fuel tanks. Totally safe.
Что значит безопасно?
Meaning safe for me and my crew. Seeing as it ain't us undertaking the risk.
Вы шутите?
Hold your thrusters. I ain't even got to the tricky part. To get to the gas, you'll need to navigate through the town, which is overrun by marauders. The lab itself has become an infested nest, crawling with mantis. You gotta fight through or figure out some other way to exterminate them. Maybe the ventilation system?
Или наш Костоправ что-нибудь придумает. Я найду обходной путь.
Clever. That's why Lilia's paying you, I take it. Now, after you clear the mantis nest and reach the storage room, all that's left is to get the gas flowing into the fuel system. The task will require someone with technical skills. Or you could force it through with a plasma overload. Don't recommend that option, though, unless you want to get dead.
Хорошо, что масс-инженер порвать и все сделает.
Dandy. Did I mention the gas is of an extremely volatile nature? Handle it with the utmost of care. Once you've got our goods, take them to the groundbreaker. Lilia's fencers ought to handle the rest of it. I've marked the coordinates for you to the lab in Cascadia. Use the passcode Antediluvian on the terminal to get in. But before you make your run, I could use a heavy helping hand regarding a local issue. For a fine fee, of course.
Да, могу заняться.
Good. This particular matter of opportunity has been eating at me for a while now. There's a Borst factory on up the way, run by a man who calls himself the King. Clive Lundberg, insufferable prick. That aside, it's a business ripe for the plucking. I want it. Clear as that.
У меня такое чувство, что в итоге все сведется к убийствам и погромам.
Stars, I hope so. Clive Lundberg, the self-proclaimed Borst King of Monarch, is swimming in profit and drowning in his ego. He's making the only meal to be had this side of Monarch, and I'm tired of ponying up for my dinner. I want that Borst factory, owner dead or alive. And you're the soon-to-be handsomely paid son of a bitch who's gonna get it for me.
А что именно мне нужно сделать?
Kill him, run him out. I don't rightly care for the details. So long as Clive knows resistance to me is costly and futile. Hit him where it hurts. In his gut or his production lines ought to make do.
Как мне попасть?
If you got brass knockers, you could shoot your way through the front gate. If you don't fancy getting shot to shit, you can try asking Duncan for a disguise. Might be another way in, assuming you're courageous enough to trek the sewers. Void if I know.
Скажем, я хочу вывести из строя фабрик.
Then I'd say you might care to poison the cysty pigs, doctor a few financial records, or throw a wrench in the canning machinery.
А если я захочу убить его?
Sometimes the simplest solution is the sweetest. I don't give a whit about the method or the means, just the end.
Звучит неплохо.
It'll be more than good when you're finished. Maybe not for Clive, but for me and you, I'm sure. Oh, and if you don't fancy going in guns blazing or crawling through a sewer pipe, see Duncan in the dry goods and sundry building. He ought to have an employee ID in that stash of illicit goods he keeps for select clientele. May luck be with you, since I won't be.
Folks I never met before are my most favorite kind. So, what's your story?
Вы ведь тут напитки продаете, да?
Your eyes do not deceive you. This bar serves the sweetest firewater in all of Fallbrook. I got some snacks on offer too from time to time.
Это бар Субцвет Утиль.
If you're asking if it's Sublight owned, then yes. If you're asking if we give discounts to Sublight employees, then the answer is not only no, but doubly no. Ms. Malin built the bar, the saloon, and the town to boot. If you got business with Sublight, I suggest you follow up with her.
Знаете, все очень странно. Если честно, мне пришлось пролежать в заморозке 70 лет, чтобы потом...
Let me just stop you right there, stranger. My question, it's not one I really want an answer to. Not unless it accompanies some extra bits. Understand?
О какой сумме мы говорим?
More than you can afford at this time.
Я просто прохожу мимо. Давайте.
Now there's a woman who knows what she wants. I like her.
She's fine. Well, so long as you ain't on her bad side. Then she's liable to drown you in the waterfall.
Always imagined Fallbrook would be...
cleaner, fancier, stocked with better booze.
cheaper. I've emptied 14-bit carts in the last 2 hours.
That's because you got a terrible tail.
I had a patient who went swimming at a place like this. Got eaten from the inside out by parasitic amoebas.
You seen Arthur today?
Last time I saw him.
I can take a hint.
Here we go.
Nice work!
That was a nice warm-up.
Excuse me, but this area's off limits. We got a leaky generator. It ain't safe. That's my nice way of telling you to sod off.
Что здесь происходит?
We're fixing a leaky generator. What's it to you?
Что случилось с генератором?
What are you, a safety inspector? It's busted, pumping out gas. It ain't safe.
Спасибо за предупреждение.
Yeah, whatever.
Мне нужно попасть внутрь.
And I'm just gonna let you walk on in? Why's that now?
Мне нужно проверить информацию о нашествии Жокуроя.
Oh, of all the void damned. I ain't getting eaten alive for a couple of bits. Pack it up, crew!
Quiet. What are you up to out there? Hello?
Расслабься, с отрядом субцвет утиль покончено.
Relax. I've been cooped up in here for almost 2 days. Who are you anyway?
Дружелюбный иконоборец просто проходил мимо. Tera Nova Грэм присылала меня за припасом.
Oh, finally! Tell Graham that this is the last run I'm doing. Sanjar's declared a stop sale to you lot, but even if he hadn't, I'm not risking my neck anymore.
I don't know how you got those goons to leave, but thank you. Graham ordered rollers and whatsits, right? For a printing press? Here, take them. Like I said, this is my last run.
Откуда им теперь брать припасы?
Law help them. I don't know. Maybe Sublight can lend a hand. I should go. Look, Graham's got a bit or two left in his account. I can send one last dropout before I wash my hands of this. What do you want delivered?
Зора говорила, им нужно больше еды и лекарств.
I always took that woman for the sensible type. Good on her. I'll send some along. Give them all my regards. And good luck out there. Don't go getting eaten.
314, ничего себе. Огнемет. Вот такой. Снайперская винтовка. 76. Плазменный карабин. $80. Шоколадный. 250. Да. Это можно продать. Это тоже можно. У меня появилось получше. 352. Так, что еще продать? Так, теперь на выход.
I'm telling you, the Van Noys are fine.
Bullshit, Graham. They don't just abandon orders, and they weren't at the ruins. Where in this sulfur-sodden hellhole did you send them?
They're on a very important... we'll continue this later. Welcome back, Captain.
Кто это такие? Эти ваной.
They're hunters. Badass ones at that. Hope they're all right.
They're our best unit, and now they're missing in action.
And we'll continue that discussion later.
Я принес вам валик, и остальные биты с вашего счета были потрачены на еду и лекарства.
Thank the Eternal that someone's got some sense in their head. Carlotta usually schedules the next drop during the meeting. When's she coming?
У меня плохие новости. Санджар запретил продавать вам товар.
That is most unfortunate. This cuts off one of our only 2 supply lines on Monarch. Sanjar, old friend, you're about to cross a dangerous line.
About to? That idiot just declared war.
We will deal with his subversion later. For now, we must redouble our efforts to spread the truth to the colony.
Что теперь?
I've already sent a team ahead to scout the press. One of our best. Meet them there and find out if they've been successful.
You sent the Vanoys there, didn't you? Oh, for fuck's sake, Graham! We needed them in the ruins. Our people died out there.
They went willing to fight for our cause. We need reinforcements. We need new recruits. The Van Noys saw the printing facility with the same importance as I.
The hell's the sense in recruiting if you're just gonna get them killed?
I have the utmost confidence in their abilities. Friends, we must have faith that the men and women we recruit can handle the duties for which we recruit them.
Вы могли сначала отправить их на помощь Зоре, не так ли?
Yes, you're damn right he could have. But he's so obsessed with preaching that he's become blind to our actual problems. Look, just... if the Van Noys are still alive, get them out of there. With Sanjar pressing the issue like this, I have a feeling we'll need them.
Сделаю все, что могу.
Welcome.
Hey. Son of a bitch. I know the press is important, but sending our two best out there? Void help him if the Van Noys don't make it back.
С учетом обстоятельств, затеи с печатным станком, пустая трата времени.
Exactly. Long term, I get it. Spread the message and all, right there with him. But at the moment, we got a lot of wounded and still more starving. Speaking of which, thanks for bringing back those supplies. They go a long way around here, and we found nothing but sulfur in the ruins.
Вообще, зачем вы вообще отправились в те руины?
Supposing all you've done for us ain't some kind of front, and that I can actually trust you? Screw it. We were trying to establish a foothold north of Stellar Bay. Eventually, when it comes time to throw down, a two-pronged assault makes sense.
Вы правда думаете, что у вас... Stellar Bay, но зачем?
How about the massive fuck-off walls, for starters? Then there's the food, the working landing pad. And besides, this is Monarch. All the roads here lead to Stellar Bay.
Вы правда думаете, что у вас есть шанс против MSI?
We've got a numbers advantage. And these people are willing to throw their lives down in the pursuit of our cause. Can't say the same of Sanjar's folk.
Ain't like that paperclip cowboy is really equipped for a fight anyhow.
Right. His security force isn't exactly trained.
Как же слова Грэма «живи и не мешай жить другим»?
Raptidons happened. Acidic sulfur pools happened. Starvation, disease. It's hell out here. You ever try living on a diet of cooked Raptidon? Half the time it just comes back up.
Ain't so bad if you wash it down with a bottle of 0G.
That sounds worse.
Да уж, надеюсь, до этого не дойдет. Увидимся.
Good luck in all that you do.
576, 264. Вот и лучший урон. 352. Давай этот возьмем. У него больше урона. Без 180. Тринадцать, 160. 960. Прицел в яблочко. Дальность поражения оружия плюс 25. Пробуем снайперку взять. Надо через мостик вот этот.
Hey, it's the twins. Surprised you two needed backup.
What's up?
У тебя наверняка полно интересных историй про охоту. Расскажешь что-нибудь?
I took a job once to clear out a rap nest. Partnered up with a fellow out of Fallbrook who called himself Dirty Don. Bit on the shorter side. Had a penchant for cards. Thing is, he introduces himself and the man is immaculate. Clean. He had a flowery presence to him. A pleasantness that didn't invade your space. He was just there and you were glad for it.
Тогда почему его звали Грязным Доном?
When we set out to hunt down the Raptidons, I found out firsthand where his nickname came from. Dirty Don killed those Raptidons with his bare hands. His bare fucking hands, Captain. He was a whirlwind of grotesque primal fury. In the end, he stood drenched in blood over the entrails of a dozen raps. If he had a scratch on him, I wouldn't have been able to tell. It was glorious.
Да, ужали, меня там не было.
Yeah. I never seen anything like it. Day came when he tried to take on a mannequin. Got himself eaten one limb at a time. Wonder if he tasted like soap. Oh well, live and learn. No matter how tough you are, if you're gonna fight something bigger than you, bring a firearm.
asshole. Yeah, that's how we fucking do it.
Майк какой-то.
Nyoka, you're a sight right now, I'll tell you what. We are up a creek.
I bet. You really come this far north for a printing press?
Yeah, I know, but that's the mission. Don't suppose y'all are busy right now.
Ребята, меня к вам отправила Зора. Сначала выведу вас отсюда, а после займусь станком.
Thank the Eternal. We could use a hand. But we can't leave without patching these guys up. Acker here is bleeding out and Jensen can't see straight. Our medic has got our trauma kit, but we got separated. We ain't seen him in a couple of hours.
My professional medical advice is to get out of here as soon as possible. Bleeding might kill him, but wrapped definitely will.
How many years of medical school went into that word of wisdom? Sorry. We appreciate the assist. We just need to find our medic so we can do exactly as you say. Get the hell out.
Есть предложение, где он может быть?
Yeah, on account of giving him the order. He's searching the old settlement to the north of the press.
Ясно, попробую найти его. Это дробовик. 392. Прикольная штука.
Any luck out there?
Я нашел твою аптечку, медик мертв.
Oh, fuck. Well, that's better than nothing. Thanks. We'll head out as soon as we're patched up.
Так. Установить модификации. Шок. Снаряд. Так, дробовик. Дробовик нельзя поставить, да? А броня. Вот это я пользуюсь, 38. Элли. 205. 202.
If you'll just listen...
No! No more listening. No more preaching. We are losing people left and right. We need to act.
Enough, Zora. I'm not putting the torch to innocent people. Do you want to bring the board's cruisers and gunships down on us? Captain, apologies, but our situation grows dire. Our people talk of foolish endeavors. What news do you bring?
Из-за чего вы спорите?
We're out of time. We need food and ammunition. We need to hit Stellar Bay while we still have the manpower to do it.
Хотите напасть на город?
Yes, I know it's drastic, but it's clear that Sanjar will never cooperate. And if it's him or us, I choose us.
Неужели у них дела намного лучше, чем у нас?
Doubtful. But we don't need much, and Sanjar isn't going to share.
Понятно, слушайте, я только что с печатной фабрики, все чисто.
Excellent.
Did you find the Vanois?
Да, ванной и скоро вернутся.
Thank the Eternal.
We're one step closer to bringing the truth to every man, woman, and child in Halcyon. This plan's brilliance is in its subtlety. For the time being, let us cease our activities on the tower, lest we bring premature attention upon us. I have much to do, articles to write, sermons to ponder. We live in such an exciting time. Let's talk later.
Hey, I need to see to the wounded, but drop by the clinic when you can. I want a word.
Прикольно брали.
Hey, Captain. I need your help, and we ought to keep it hush-hush. You know about what happened here, right? The history of Amber Heights?
You're talking about the massacre. Back when the corps were pulling out, pirates raided the place and killed the MSI bigwigs living here.
Right. Common belief is that the pirates fled to an old relay station that had already been abandoned, but nobody could find them. The station's locked up, but one of my people found an old data cartridge in a nearby rat nest. It's mostly corrupted, but I pulled a couple codes off of it. One is the code to the Amber Heights gate. I don't recognize the other, but it's similar. I bet it opens a door.
Воротам Amber Heights.
Right. The access codes to Amber Heights. What gets me is, if this belonged to the pirates, that means they knew someone there. If someone gave them the gate code, all those deaths, Captain, all that blood is on their hands.
Почему мы говорим наедине?
Graham isn't fond of talking about the history here. He had friends who worked here. The massacre hit him pretty hard. You know him. Live and let live and all that. I don't want to burden him right now, especially if this ends up being a dead end.
Не понимаю, почему это так важно. Разве у вас нет более важных проблем? Какой-то код, непонятно какой двери, бесполезная находка. Хорошо, найти ретранслятор, проверить код на месте. Что-нибудь еще?
Just a warning. The area is infested with mantisaurs. I'd send some help, but we're, preparing for war.
Точно, я все сделаю.
Appreciate it. Here's the code. If it works, bring back anything you find. Supplies are best, but information's good too. If someone was behind the Amber Heights massacre, it'd give a lot of people around here some closure to find out who and string them up. Good luck. Watch out for the Teros.
49, ничего себе. Двадцать 7.
Welcome back. You find anything out there?
Я нашел коробку с картриджами.
Let's see. These are old. Looks like correspondences between the pirates. Some bits here, some there, some... Wait. This one's got the Amber Heights gate code on it. Just like the one I found earlier. And here's... a letter. Wait, this is from Graham. Oh, of all the... Captain. He gave them the gate codes.
Рим не самый рациональный человек.
Watch it. That's our leader you're talking about. My friend. I know he's got his head in the clouds, but I always believed there was a core of good there. What the hell happened to live and let live? Thank you for bringing this back, but I need some time. I gotta think. I'll let you know if I figure something out. Go take a walk, Captain. I'll find you once my head's on straight.
A fine morning, isn't it?
Я знаю, что именно вы в ответе в резню в Эмбер Хайтс.
When I founded the Iconoclasts, I did so amidst the ghosts of this planet's past. Since then, many have asked me, why here? Were you involved in the massacre? Was that some gruesome plot to clear a path for my dreams? My response to you is the same as to all others. The death of MSI was an incidental tragedy. I'd have walked this path with or without it.
Вы уходите от самого важного. С вашей подачи пираты убили невинных.
I did no such thing. Their deaths came in the night while I slept in Stellar Bay. And regardless, we're discussing a past long since left behind. Those ghosts still haunt me. But they needn't curse my people. When the entire colony has embraced our truth, perhaps then the perpetrator will come into the light. Until then, it does us no good to dwell on past mistakes.
Предположим, за этим действительно стоял некий преступник. Но каковы были его мотивы?
If I were the type of man to make that decision, and I assure you I am not, I'd have to be so obsessed with dismantling their regime that I'd turn to desperate measures. I have since learned that their mistakes will end them in time and that we will persevere where they do not. But back then, suffocating under that oppressive culture, I can understand a lesser man than myself making a terrible, ghastly mistake.
Называя резню ужасной ошибкой, вы довольно мягко выразились.
Would you prefer I spend my days wallowing in misery and desperately seeking forgiveness for sins long past? I have people to lead, a home to keep. Here, without the shackles of the Halcyon Board, we are free to grow as the universe intended. Had we fled with MSI, our spirits would have withered. You've seen that withering yourself. The colony is dying. The massacre of Amber Heights, unfortunate as it was, presented the slim possibility of saving the souls of Tera too. Here we are, poised to do just that.
Мне кажется, ваши люди с вами не согласятся.
If that's the case, they are free to say so, and I will take their opinions into consideration after we've accomplished our goals. For now, our sights must remain on spreading our message. Let us speak no more of this.
Go take a walk, Captain. I'll find you once my head's on straight.
They'll never see us. Else would have been a hell of a lot tougher.
The only thing nastier than a giant bug is a thick one. Nature's disgusting.
You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts?
Sebastian, you ever get your hands on those pheromone sacs? Manipillars ain't gonna hunt themselves, you know.
I must have hunted a dozen, but I couldn't find a single sack on any of them. Must be looking in the wrong place.
Manipillars ain't got pheromone sacs. I just told him that so he'd stop asking me for advice.
At least I'm getting a good haul of claws in the process. You're in good hands, traveling with Monarch's top merc. Still, if you want any rat glands or manticlaws, I've got you covered.
Я нашел дневник мистера Пикета.
He'll probably be wanting it back. You see any sign of him?
Он мертв, его сожрала жукоматка.
That's pretty sad. He sure seemed like he knew what he was doing.
Anyone fool enough to chase after a queen is pretty fucking far from the know what they're doing class of people.
So this journal is all he left behind? Seems like I ought to read it. Looks mighty long, though.
Можете почитать его вдвоем, Селия на свидание.
I bet she'll like that. She's real enthusiastic about all sorts of monsters. In any case, I appreciate you tracking down Mr. Pickett for me. Here's some bits for your trouble.
Спасибо.
Hey, Cass. Knock, knock.
You'd think folks were pissing in the alleyways as bad as it stinks.
That's the last of them.
518. Интересно. 156.
Did you find them? Tell me you found my my sprat carriers. Would hate should anything dire have befallen them.
Вам хорошие новости или плохие?
Just tell me straight and don't hold back. I can handle it.
Котики удалось спасти, но раптидоны в пещере убили ваших шприц.
Sprats can always be replaced. Excellent. Oh, this is This is only half! Are you think you can steal from me?
Я обыскал всю пещеру, там ничего не было.
Search Fallbrook. Either half the Sprats got loose on their own, or there'll be some evidence pointing to the soon-to-be-dead snake who filched my carriers. You want your cut? You get me the rest of my drugs, no matter what it takes.
Minnie Malin, get your twitchy whiskers back here! Don't you run out that door! It's a cruel world outside! Close the damn door! You'll let my sprats out! Damn it all! Now look what you've done! It'll take me ages to round him up again. State your purpose, or get out of my face, domicile intruder.
Я ищу пропавших шприц. Не видели тут таких?
Missing? Nope. Nope. Mine are all found and accounted for. Thank you kindly. Now if that'll be all, I've got an animal rescue service to oversee, and it ain't easy. Lots to do. Got a multitude of sprats to spay and feed.
Приют для шприц украденных из транспортных тоннелей, субсветутиль.
Day in, day out, they ran their little route, getting picked off along the way. What was I to do, turn a blind eye? Malin's an animal lover. She won't hold my actions against me. Look, I don't care if Nilsson sent you or not. You won't be hurting a hair on any of these sprats' heads. I've killed vicious beasts for them. I ain't afraid to take on a human. Back out of this domicile, hands up, or become sprat food, intruder.
Убеждение 20. Я не трону ваших шприц. Наркотики уже наверняка прошли через пищеварительную систему.
You wanna dig through sprat droppings? Be my guest. Get your drugs, then get lost.
Got the goods? Because I know you wouldn't be wasting my time otherwise. Wink.
Вообще-то да, товар у меня.
You do? I mean, you do! Of course you do! What did I tell you? Sure-fire delivery system. Works almost every time.
Замечательно, теперь заплатите мне.
Right, right. In my excitement, I very nearly forgot. Haha. As promised, your cut, plus a little extra to show my gratitude. Now, if there's nothing else you need from me, I must go inventory my goods.
Приятно было с вами поработать. Сюда, значит.
The caves back east are safest. We can head up this path if you want to shoot your way through a few nightmares on the way up.
Don't mess with us.
I love this mountain. You can see so much from here. So many beasts would need killing, so many drinks would need drinking.
I've got to do more cardio.
Rats. Let's clear this sulfur sun fucks out so Hayes can rest in peace.
Here we go! Nice hit!
Hayes was the best self-sacrificing son of a saint I ever met. Halcyon is worse off without him. Now, if we're gonna lure the Manta Queen out, we'll need to find Rebecca and Anders. They took a UDL contract on Tera 2. We never heard from them again. Think it's time I call in a favor with Hiram. If anyone can track them down, it's him.
Минуточку, что за заказ адвок?
I don't know much about it. It paid well, so they took it. They said they'd be back in a couple of weeks and that maybe we could all use the money to get off Monarch. That was a long time ago.
Ты не стала их искать?
I should have. I really should have. But soon after they left, Hayes and the others died. And to be honest, after him, I stopped trying. Because it hurt like hell to do so.
Хорошо, что ты решила взглянуть в глаза своему прошлому.
Thanks. I'm still not convinced I won't come to regret it, but we've started down this path. Might as well see it through. Maybe it'll stop me screaming at night. Now come on, let's make tracks before Hiram dies of old age.
Unfiltered air, rocks in my shoes, risky choke points, all the things I hate about mountains.
It is a trek, isn't it? Almost like we don't have a working lift. Oh, here
we go! Something stronger! Nice one! Get past that armor! I got another
And here we are. Told you we'd make it in one piece. Station ain't too far now.
Hey, you! Get over here! There are marauders up ahead! This station's under the protection of the corporate compliance crew. You a marauder? 'Cause me and my sunshine, that's my gun if you were wondering, we don't take kindly to marauders.
Что еще за мародер?
Is that a trick question? Never mind. Marauders ain't smart enough to be asking those. That's good, I guess, as I wasn't looking forward to double tapping you. You're clear, but I would caution you against pressing on ahead. This station's plumb crawling with marauders, you know.
Что ты здесь делаешь? На мародеров охотишься?
I take it you ain't met the other C3s. Me and Sunshine are doing exactly what we've been tasked with. You want more details? You ought to talk to my crew. They're guarding a small barracks to the southeast, by the edge of the mountain.
Как найти остальных из К3?
See that path that runs underneath that giant archway? Follow it on down. There's a little station near the cliff. You'll find the rest of my crew there.
Ну что, ждем, кто будет мне помогать убивать мародеров?
There is nothing I'd enjoy more, but the C3s play it by the book. Usually. Go petition the boss man. Maybe you can convince him to alter my duties.
Я пойду.
Make him regret it.
Find you!
Who goes?
I saw
Come out and play.
Huh?
This up and I won't have any new battle scars.
Hiram must have sealed the door. He's spooked.
You may not realize this being as you're an outsider, but the blaring alarms indicate the station's on lockdown. Which means you can... Wrong! Don't leave already.
You scared? Someone else will clean this up, right?
Here's the elevator.
Триста 52.
I ain't gonna budge while this. This is on lockdown. Guess we keep moving forward. Look for another way up.
You out there, whoever you are, yes, I can see you. Come here and talk to me, face to intercom.
Странно. Пойдем отсюда.
I can't tell if you're brave or simply touched in the head. What in the galaxy are you doing sniffing around my station? Unless you are, in fact, trying to suicide by Marauder? And you, Nyoka, what are you doing lugging a stranger into my station?
You could use the socialization, you son of a bitch. Also, he hired me.
To what purpose? I happen to have some significant problems I am dealing with right now. Marauders, running out of purple berry wine 3 days ago, not being able to bloody broadcast.
Не нужно увидеть инфоброкера, чтобы...
No. We'll deal with information-related business later. As I said, there are bigger problems threatening my life and livelihood at this very moment. The Marauders want me dead. And since my hired hands have clearly turned idle, it appears I need you to clear out the threat. As my newest contractor, you may call me the Broker.
Or we can call you Hiram, on account of that's your damn name, and doubly on the account of the Broker being a dumbass alternative.
What? Everyone calls me that, aside from you.
Но почему я?
You're here, and you're armed, aren't you? The feed's gone grainy, but it looks like you're packing deadly force. I know Nyoka is, for sure. I barricaded the broadcast center, but I can only hold out for so long. Clear the Marauders out, and I'll pay you double the going rate. They destroy the transmission equipment, and I'll be out of business. The elevator and doors to the second floor are back online. Hurry before I have to lock them down again.
Сколько мародеров проникло на станцию?
Too many, considering I hired a bunch of no-good mercs to keep them out in the first place. Already, they've caused considerable damage to the station's property. If they take down the broadcast equipment, I'll be out of a job, permanently.
А мне-то что?
Aside from the bits I'll be paying you, you said you wanted something from me, something information-related. I'll give it to you, in person, once I'm safe.
Посмотрю, что можно сделать.
Hey, elevators to your right. Get ready.
I'll keep it down.
the door. You hurry on in.
Never thought I'd be ecstatic at having the walls painted in blood, but seeing as it's not mine, I'd say this calls for a celebration. This ought to square our debt. One hefty payment for a highly valued service rendered. But I admit, I do wonder why Nyoka has brought you to me. Allow me to pose my question in another manner. Why, in the nebula, are you here?
Нёке нужна помощь.
Oh, great. I love doing pro bono work for friends.
Aw, you called us friends. I'd normally entertain your self-aggrandizing delusions, but this time it's important.
Important to you is not the same as important to me. Although I do recognize that you may have earned some goodwill during your months laboring for me.
Убеждение 35. Она ваш друг, ей нужна помощь. Только вы можете помочь.
Tug on my heartstrings, why don't you? Look, I'll do what I can, all right?
Rebecca Hodges and Anders Wadsworth. They took a UDL contract back when Monarch went to shit, and I need to find them. I believe them to be on Tera too.
If UDL hired 2 hunters back then, it would have been for creature clearing purposes, round 1 of their Spacer's Choice outposts. These are the coordinates for the outpost under the last UDL contract. Now scram. And, good luck.
Вы инфоброкер, чем занимаетесь?
Is that a trick question? Because to answer it, you'd need to pay me. Of course, I could offer you a vastly more interesting bit of data instead. Try me. Ask me anything you'd like. I'll even offer it for free. We'll call it an exchange, since you killed the Marauders for me. Ask me what you will.
Вы получали какую-нибудь передачу с Земли?
What? No. Why would I go out of my way to intercept messages from Earth? There's no market for them. No buyer means it's not worth my time. Now, if you wanted me to intercept a certain one, that might be worth it for the right price.
Меня интересует МСА и иконоборцы.
They are a curious lot. Insufferable. And short-sighted, too. What else do you wish to know?
Хочу узнать что-нибудь грязное о Санжаре, Нанде.
Sanjar's not actually at fault for his past performance reviews, but he can keep hunting for loopholes to get back on the board for the next century. He'll never be reinstated. Not in his lifetime. For Nebula's sake, even with the loophole I gave him, he's only in charge of MSI because every other exec died during the massacre at Amber Heights.
О чем вы?
I gave Sanjar and Graham legal information that would allow MSI to own Tera 1, once the other corporations had abandoned the planet. The execs had their concerns, but before the matter could be resolved, pirates raided their homes in the night.
Меня интересуют самые мрачные секреты Грэма Брайанта.
Some say Graham suffers from nightmares that leave him sweat-drenched and screaming. I would assume it stems from the friends and family he lost in Amber Heights all those years ago.
Какие противоречия у МСА и иконоборцев?
You mean between MSI, the iconoclasts, and myself? I bet neither of those megalomaniacs told you I was the true mastermind behind Monarch. Back when the colony was still Tera 1 and corporations were abandoning us left and right, I'm the one who approached Sanjar and Graham with the means to our salvation. I offered them a legal way to take control of the planet. If MSI were the only corporation here, they could claim sole ownership.
Значит, МСА нужно было остаться на планете и дождаться, когда ее покинут остальные корпорации?
Precisely. The other corporations were fleeing because of the hazard clause declaring Tera 1 uninhabitable. But MSI had lagged behind. giving Sanjar and Graham an opportunity. Take over MSI, stay here while the other corps left, take over the planet.
Значит, это вы тот клей, на котором они держатся.
Precisely. Without me, they never would have done more than play Revolution in hushed whispers over scuzzy kale ales in the tavern. Thus, the bargain was struck. They could run MSI while I would operate Devil's Peak Station. Unfortunately, relations have soured over time.
Чему ваше партнерство разладилось?
Competing ideologies. Graham believes Sanjar has become corrupted by the corporate lifestyle, that he is now similar to the original corporate executives they sought to reform. And Sanjar has learned the hard way that Graham is quite morally gray.
Позвольте мне спросить кое-что еще.
Luckily for you, I am a veritable font of information.
Что вы можете рассказать мне про Финиаса?
Not much, admittedly.
Вы должны что-то знать про него.
Phineas has been in hiding for the past 35 years. He got in touch with Nyoka first, who I use as a physical go-between. The rest is history. As far as what's between us, I mean. Outside of that, well, that's a Raptidon of another color.
Неужели?
Not juicy enough for you? How about this, then? There is a sharper side to the good scientist than you'd expect. If allegations are to be believed, the experiments he conducts for the greater good are in fact treasonous and for self-gain. I am not convinced as to the validity of these allegations, considering the source, but I am also not unconvinced either.
Позвольте мне спросить кое-что еще.
Luckily for you, I am a veritable font of information.
Давайте поговорим про коллегию.
There are so many members. Do specify.
Есть какой-нибудь компромат на председателя?
If you try to cite me on this, I will deny. Do you understand? What I am about to reveal is the sort of information that gets a body disappeared. MSI's ownership of Monarch is technically legal, but it would give MSI too much power on the board to grant them such status.
Значит, председатель очерняет монарх, чтобы не допустить его возвращения?
Exactly. But you didn't hear so much as a whisper of such from me.
Позвольте мне спросить кое-что еще.
Luckily for you, I am a veritable font of information.
Все достаточно слухов на сегодня.
How low you seemingly regard my trade.
Меня прислал Финиас, ему нужно знать, где находится химикат.
I knew it was only a matter of time before he came a-knocking. Look, I might be late, but I fulfill my contracts, always.
Oh, you do you? I have lost track of the number of beers you owe me for chasing Raptidons off your stoop.
Careful, I know that line. I use it all the time.
I take offense to that. Look, okay. It might take me a while this time.
Это почему?
I am awaiting but a single incoming transmission containing the information we desire. But MSI and the Iconoclasts are clogging the airwaves from Stellar Bay and Amber Heights. In their war against each other, they're scrambling each other's outgoing transmissions. Luckily, however, the Iconoclasts have now gone silent. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Может быть.
If you did, then you would have had my impressed gratitude. Still, we need to get MSI off the airwaves. I will leave the means to that particular end under your discretion.
А в чем проблема?
The bandwidth! There's too much blasted background noise. Nothing gets through but their local broadcasts. Which, of course, has inadvertently affected the incoming port and my livelihood.
Где же Stellar Bay?
My former partner, Sanjar, transmits from his office in MSI's headquarters in the center of town. Don't let him try to fool you. While his messages might seem like gibberish, they are in reality coded business orders to off-world companies. I understand why he needs the bandwidth, but we had a deal and he's broadcasting ceaselessly.
А нельзя их как-то остановить изнутри станции?
No, they're jamming the limited frequencies we have at our disposal. Nothing extraplanetary can get in or out until the frequency pollution thins out. The safest bet is to convince Sanjar and MSI to stop transmitting on their end.
Я заставлю их одуматься.
You do that, I'll be here, waiting on the receiving end. Luck be with you. I have a feeling you'll be needing a pinch of it, plus a vat of patience.
Мне пора.
Sure. You know where to find me if you need me.
Всем спасибо за просмотр, ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь на канал. Всем хорошего дня и настроения.